Great. Great. Thanks, Josh. My name's Toby Beresford. I'm a commercial director at Nudge. Sorry, lots of Nudge presentations. We're a social media agency running in Greek Street, Soho. We specialise in social network digital marketing campaigns. So that's, in particular, that's Facebook, but also MySpace, Ning and Bebo. We do everything from application design and build, campaign analysis, fan page creation, management, and also the occasional bit of social ad buying. So what I'm just going to whiz you through today is a few fan pages and just sort of point out some of the things that we've done. So give you a few ideas for fan pages you're doing yourself, or ideas for your own fan page. So this one, a recent one. This has just gone up. Domino's Pizza. Their approach is one we completely agree with, which is an iterative approach. So they said, right, actually, Toby, we want something by Friday. Get it up there and let's have a look. So working with our partners at BLM Quantum, we got a straightforward Domino's page up there with some great looking graphics on the tabs, just to make sure that everyone knew it was a proper Domino's page, and they could run some competitions. And creatively, what was clever here is that they used the existing Facebook page tools to do the competition. So they didn't create a whole new set of tools. They used the wall. They said, just right on the wall, we'll give you a discount voucher. And they got that. And if you go back and you see, there was lots of comments, lots of people writing on the wall saying how much they love Domino's, and that was creating the social liveliness, the social graph around the page. So really nice, simple, easy way. And then there's going to be more stuff coming along as they learn what their fans want, what their fans respond to best. So next up, just to show you what you can do on a page, if you go to the Nudge page, you can see there's this tab here. So across the top, this is kind of, you have your minimum page is the wall. You have to have the wall. You've got to have an info tab. And then you've got up to 4 tabs that you can fill with whatever content you like. And what we've done here, we've got a nice flash here. You can press play some flash within the and get a presentation on the Nudge site. We'll be adding 3 or 4 more tabs here later. But again, so the key thing really to think about from a fan page development point of view is you've got your wall and your info, and then what are your other 4 tabs? That's the next sort of question you've got to answer, because what you put on those other 4 tabs gives you other ways to engage with your fans, other ways to engage with them. So one thing we did with a while back now with 10-pin bowling is one of the ways in which they want to engage with fans is say, right, come on, guys, why don't you create your Facebook event around 10-pin bowling? Organise a 10-pin bowling party. So we've created an app where they can go to the 10-pin bowling fan page, click on create event, and what it'll do, I won't go through it all, but it says create your bowling event, choose which bowling venue's nearest to you, invite your friends, pick a nice picture to put up on the fan page and create, so you can create a proper Facebook event using the 10-pin tool. So a really nice, easy way for them to provide an extra little bit of value to their fans using an app on the page. Next up, UFC. This is THQ, who are a video game box developer. They've got a strong use of their fan pages, especially amongst their core audience. So they're finding that, and this is another key sort of learning we have about fan pages, is it starts, of course, with the core audience, and so you really got your key fans, and so you want to really serve them best. So that means updates, that means exclusive content, it means providing them with great features and stuff. One of the things we provided with them was a game where you could fight your friends to see, you could put your friends in 2 fights against each other to see who you thought would win, and then the friends who were in the most fights would win a box game from UFC. And so what you can see is they get access to it from the Fight Now tab on their website. They click in to begin the fight, and then they play the game within the kind of the context of the actual fan page. For those developers amongst us, they're actually going into an app from here, so we come from here into an app, but it looks like it's still in the context of the fan page. That's how we provide that kind of solution. Our most recent and most interesting one, really, for which has been a real sort of eye-opener for us in terms of how the more corporate brands are using fan pages. So this company called Reckitt Benckiser, who you probably haven't heard of, but you will have heard of their products, which is Vanish, Finish, lots of cleaning household products. So Reckitt Benckiser, really what they're targeting here is not so much consumers, but people who want a career, people who want a job at Reckitt Benckiser. And what they were doing is using the wall in the right way. So they're using the wall to create to create content, push content into the stream. So this is a new careers video. This is what we're doing with Save the Children. Here's our new stock report. Whatever it is, here's how to grab a career. Here's some games you can play. all the right sort of stuff to be pushing into the stream for fans. But what the problem they were having is saying, look, actually we're pushing all this content into the stream, but we can't see it back on our page. It gets lost. It gets fallen off the bottom. So we've created a very simple stream CMS, which allows them to pick stories off the Stream API and then republish them in a tab. So you see here, there's this tab about RB for 5 along thing. So what happens is the stories, she publishes the stories as normal using the Facebook systems. Any app, any Facebook publishing content doesn't change. But then we pick up the content and reformat it and recategorize it in the right way according to recommended. So she's able to say this story, oh, that was about talk about RB, that one was about our competition we're running, this is about corporate social responsibility, and so on. And the back end looks really simple, looks like a standard CMS. You're able to see the stories coming in, edit them, publish them, delete them, recategorize them, whatever. So that was that Stream CMS is a really easy way, and we can reformat this. This doesn't have to look like this. This can look any. We can. This is a template based, so your designers can actually change it, make it look in keeping with the brand. But what's happening is that we're republishing the content in the right way in the tab. And what's cool about the Stream CMS is that we're using Facebook in the right way. So we're using Facebook's normal tools. We're plugging into Facebook where it matters. We're not trying to recreate the wheel. We're not trying to create a whole new CMS just for tabs. What we're doing is we're using Facebook's own publishing tools and then republishing the content in the right way for the client. So that's it. That's a sort of summary of some our latest ways in which we're using pages. Again, come and talk to us. Ask questions now. I'm happy to help. How do we score? I don't know is the answer.
Yeah,
yep.
I think post quality is measured by the engagement with your posts. So if you post a bit of content and lots of people like it and lots of people comment about it, then that will get a very high post quality, and that's more likely to be shown in highlights of your fans and friends of your fans. Whereas if you post stuff and no one clicks like and no one engages, then it will have a low post quality and it's unlikely to be shown in highlights.
So does highlights work on that same kind of measure then? Things turn up in highlights as I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Highlights, you say, yeah, get me on another slide from a long time ago. So highlights, if you think about what Facebook's doing, is it's taking in all that stream content. So it's all the content, and it then pushes that content through a kind of a wall of questions. One is like things like relevancy. How relevant do you think it is? How interested do you think your friends will be in it? What is the privacy settings around that piece of content? How many other friends have commented? How many people have reacted? What did people do when they looked at it? What's your recency of the contact with that person? Did you go and look at their photos recently? That means their photos will appear. And all of that gets crunched through the mega processor of the Facebook highlights and comes out as the highlights for you. So that's the kind of the gold the gold dust, is to get a story that you publish and get it into highlights. And the way you do that is make it the basic ways, the same ways as ever. You make it really great content that friends are interested in. Yep.
How do you initially, when you put up one of these pages, how do you initially drive people there? Is it always external, or is it things you can do within Facebook?
Well, within Facebook, you can do ad seeding. You can do the type of Facebook ad called a fan page ad, where they can actually become a fan directly on a link. But then it's your other usual ways of seeding. I mean, the great thing about fan pages is that once they get going, there is that kind of viral loop. So you can get, for instance, like Susan Boyle can get millions of fans over a couple of days, just because it's appearing in as everybody sees it appearing in their fan pages. It appears more in highlights, so more people see it. I think number of fans is the key thing that everyone's looking at the moment. But then of course it comes back to your usual marketing objectives. What return do you want on those fans? Do you want them to become buyers of your product? Do you want them to just smile and tell their friends about you? What is it that you're using those fans for? And so, I mean, to a certain extent, if your objective is to just get feedback on your products, you might only a fan base of 100 really committed fans for your small business actually might be a success. Whereas 10,000 fans who just say become a fan then forget about it would be seen as a failure. So it's not. It does come back to what you originally wanted to achieve with the page.